My name is Lou Polar, and I'm from Clearwater, Florida, and I really appreciate being here today with you. I have half an hour prepared for you. Shall I begin now? Or would you like the 5-word summary? Let's get started. Sign here. In 2007, I was a sign salesman at a custom sign manufacturer that was growing. It was really hitting its strides. Will Griffin, the owner, who had a nice little conversation with me yesterday right outside the door here, taught me a lot. And so for Will, I worked really hard pulling in some very interesting sign jobs for the local market. You can see some of them from this promotional piece. On the upper right-hand corner, I hope you can see this. I thought it was going to be Sony Trinitron. We got the smaller line. On the upper right-hand side, we installed, that was a Sign of the Year award winner. Microsoft and the Care Plus Humana signs that you see here took months of negotiating with many third parties. And I had many conversations with Walmart about doing service work on their signs. And all of that made me realize something, that sign companies were leaving money on the table, a lot of money. In 2006, the International Association of Insurance Supervisors issued a white paper. They published something, and it revealed how manufacturers set up their own private insurance companies as profit centers. And as I looked around the sign industry, it was obvious that that was not being done here. In my years of working with manufacturers as their insurance agent, I was more than a broker for them. My clients relied on me for my expertise and business background to help them generate more revenue. In my work with them to help them, I suggested a role model, somebody who was also in competitive manufacturing environments, somebody who wanted his business to grow, someone who wanted to add lines of business only if it fueled that growth, someone who wanted tax laws to accelerate that growth, someone who wanted to generate low-cost funds to finance that growth. And ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to be introduced to that manufacturer, Warren Buffett. More importantly, I'd like to introduce you to his 50-year-old business model so you can implement it at your companies. What I'm talking about is adding an extended warranty program for signage, and that is integrated into your own private insurance company. This means you will have a profit center that will generate low-cost funds to grow your business while getting tax advantages to accelerate that growth. And amazingly, your CPAs and your CFOs and your insurance agents are all aware of this. But they're not an insider to both the sign industry and the insurance industry, so they haven't been able to put the pieces together. So let's start by discussing warranties, and then captive insurance companies, and then finally the steps to get you started with your own extended warranty program. According to the Uniform Commercial Code, and this is gentleman in the front row from California, this is why he's here. He wants to learn about warranties, because our conversation this morning was there's a lot of implied warranties for what he does at the university. But by law, the Uniform Commercial Code, Article 2, says that every manufacturer carries an implied warranty on their product. And there's two parts to it. There's fitness and there's merchantability. And by law, these unwritten warranties last for 4 years unless your state has changed it for a different length of time. Fitness means that based on your customer's requirements, you deliver a sign that meets and is appropriate to that use. For example, let's say your customer wanted a sign mounted on his stucco wall. Has anybody ever been told, hey, we want the sign over there on that stucco? What happens when your installer discovers the stucco is actually over a 3-foot poured concrete wall? That 3-hour job that you planned on may actually take you 3 days, right? Merchantability means that legally, your sign needs to be at least as good as average, and that your customer can expect it to perform to industry standards. Implied warranties embolden your customers, and they open you up to unintended consequences, uncertainties, and maybe even lawsuits. Do you remember my Microsoft sign? That was almost subject to lawsuits. And we were the little guy in that battle if it had taken place. Therefore, the cost of an implied warranty is money out of your pocket. It can force you to reduce your profits. And the implied warranties, they can be a financial drain that keeps dripping. But you respond because you do it to protect your brand and your reputation. And then you come to Vegas to clear your head. And that becomes another financial drain on your company. But let me show you how you can turn this negative situation into a positive one, actually become a profit center for you. You already pay claims through your company's bank account, right? Buffett teaches us to pay claims through a captive insurance company instead. The captive insurance company receives the warranty premiums, and ideally, you want as many premiums as possible paid to your captive, because that's what grows your reserves, and those are the funds then that pays those claims. And with outside guidance, you can create your own captive insurance company with a warranty program. With outside guidance, you'll develop the warranty, the written extended warranties for each sign that you sell. And warranties can be an easy add-on sale. As a matter of fact, it's what my customers ask me about. Can I warrant their signs for the length of the lease that their real estate was occupying? Here's an example of a captive from a different industry. If you want a GMC truck, you buy it, you lease it, or you borrow. The best rates come from GM Financial. GM owns that finance company as its captive. GM Financial is a captive, and it is a huge moneymaker. But why did GM set it up? They set it up to sell more trucks, and they set it up to earn more profits. Not only is it a huge moneymaker, there are substantial tax benefits as well. In fact, GM Financial and its predecessor, GMAC, was profitable when manufacturing cars and vehicles was not. Because of this captive, GM gets low-cost funding to make and sell more cars. I propose the same thing for you in the sign business. Create a pool of low-cost funds to grow your company. Your captive will let you profit financially a second time when you sell a sign. Your sign business collects the extended warranty premium. Your business then remits this tax-deductible premium to your captive insurance company, the warranty company. When claims come in, your captive pays your sign company to service the sign that you manufactured. And that money is drawn from the reserves of your own insurance company. Other industries already do this. The dealer that you bought your GMC truck through, when you bring in your truck for repair and you've got the extended warranty or even the GM original warranty, they pay the dealer. And if it's an extended warranty, his extended warranty insurance company pays the dealership to service your truck. He's paying himself from your warranty premiums. Other companies do this. How many of you bought an extended warranty on a refrigerator or washing machine from a local appliance dealer? The company that I bought from has his own little, what I'm proposing for you, his own extended warranty company, and he only charges me $100 to service the work that I paid him like $400 for the extended warranty on. Other companies do this. You will see U-Haul offers their renters insurance on U-Haul trailers. And the insurance comes from their captive insurance company. Any of you buy Snap-on tools? Snap-on sells its route men, who are franchisees, insurance on the Snap-on inventory that's riding in the truck from their own captive insurance company. Stanley Black & Decker, Ingersoll Rand, hundreds of other companies have their own private insurance companies issuing the extended warranties on the products they manufacture and sell. More importantly, you control these reserves because you own the captive. You get a tax deduction for putting in the premiums. You get a tax break to build up the reserves, and only the investment income in that insurance company is taxed by Uncle Sam if you collect less than $1.2 million in premiums annually. That's 3 tax benefits. It's like a 401k with no contribution limits or benefit for the owner. And that's the one way that you should use the tax laws to accelerate your growth. Here's an analysis I'm going to show you for CPAs. It came from their journal, the Journal of Accountancy. Hold on a second. I got a better, simpler slide for you. What this slide shows, in the example that the CPAs saw in their journal, was $642,900 business income after tax without a captive. And this number is just that example. It doesn't apply to you specifically, and don't be concerned specifically, but the total net with a captive in this example was $1.1 million by using a captive for the same business doing the same insurance solution that we're proposing. That is 72% more cash by using a captive and doing extended warranties through a captive than doing maintenance contracts or extended warranties that you may be offering your customers right now. 72% more by doing it the solution that we're talking about today. So let's talk about the language of an extended warranty, because that's the starting point for building your reserves. Every type of sign has specific characteristics, and they can all be warranted for repair or replacement. Channel letters, they're different than monument signs, and they're different than LED message centers. But they have different properties. Each poses its own challenge and your opportunity to specify what you will cover. Do you cover the lights and the vinyl? Do you want to warrant against peeling paint on aluminum or rust on aluminum? What about removing birds' nests? Do you want to warrant that? You set the terms, you set the language, it's your decision. By choosing what to cover, you are adding revenue to your profit center. Each warranted item has a premium that will be calculated for you. The more protection your customer wants, the better. My wife pays Verizon $60 a year for her cell phone and the extended warranty, the extended warranty on her cell phone. I'm sure many of you do the same thing. This money goes to Verizon's handset captive. This $600 phone, well, mine's a Samsung too, it's not $600, she's got an iPhone. That's her $600 phone cost Apple about $200 to make. Verizon pays Apple $300, and my wife thinks it costs $600 because she got it free with like a 17-year contract or something. According to Warranty Week, there is such a journal. They specialize in just warranty analysis and supporting the people that actually have extended warranties and warranties as business units for their business. Only in the 987 companies that they study, and these are publicly traded companies, so it's publicly available information that they collect, 1.2% of products have warranty claims. By a show of hands, who has warranty claims that are 1.2% here or higher? That's because your wife rejects your breakfast, Alan. Does anybody? This is Warranty Week. The companies that they cover, 1.2% claim. I haven't talked to a sign manufacturer in the last 6 months that gets even close to this much. Warranty claims, reworks. Hey, this wasn't right. Can you fix this for me? But, going back to the example, 1,000 people like my wife pay $60,000 each year to Verizon for their extended warranties, and statistically, only about 12 of them are going to turn in claims. This means Verizon's captive is going to spend only about $3,600 to replace a warranted claim. You're laughing, right? They also collect $50 to actually give her the replacement phone. So for each 1,000 of these customers that have extended warranties through this captive, Verizon collects $60,000. At the end of the year, it has $57,000 in profit on every 1,000 customers that bought that extended warranty. That's the profit center we're talking about. You know you play an important role in your customer's success, right? The signs, your signs, make the crucial first impression for their customers, for your customers. You're an integral part of your customer's brand. In the 1950s, the founder of Children's Discount Furniture and Toys Supermart approached the sign company with this newspaper ad that he was running. He wanted a sign for another store. Art Display's owner, Gunther Kilsheimer, returned with 43 individual channel letters for the sign. It was rejected. Gunther, that's too expensive. This is what he came back with. So my 12-year-old daughter said, "Daddy, that sign company created a national brand for that customer." That's right. But then she asked, because I'm in insurance, so I have lots of conversations practicing with my 12-year-old, so I'm more professional with you. My daughter then asked, did Kilsheimer have a captive so he could make money on the signs a second time? Well, I had to say no, but Art Display will this afternoon. With extended warranties, you will be paid to maintain their brand over time. By positioning your extended warranty as part of their branding, You'll create the long-term relationship if you want to service the account. Whether it's Joe's Pizza Shop, or a national company, or the franchise holder that's got the same territory that you service. You want that long-term relationship, and this is how you'll do it. Imagine how many signs you'll be collecting extended warranty premiums on. And each will impact your reserves in a very positive way. You know, we're addicted to these things. So I checked my email this morning before I came here. Did you? I'm glad no one's checking it now. Thank you. But just before I came here, I checked mine. And GE Lighting, they want me to install their Tetra LED product in wet locations. You think I should put one in my shower stall at home? They use 3M's adhesive tape. So it should hold in place for 5 years according to their warranty. It makes sense for you to follow their example. Create an extended warranty program for your customers, just like these suppliers have done. And this can be accomplished no matter the size of your business. It's doable for a small operation or a national firm. Here's how. To start, there's a review of your current sales proposals and contracts and warranties, or the warranty documents that you currently use. Then, as additional information is provided, you get a customized extended warranty program. And when the customers negotiate special terms for their next project, you'll be able to incorporate those terms into those modifications. Next, you have to price the warranties. You can use a company like Risk Analysis Services, a company whose principal analyst has been pricing risk for Marsh, Lloyd's of London, insurance companies, and associations. And he's sitting right over there, trying to help develop the formula so that it can be used on every type of sign that he saw here. Vehicle wraps, banners. His mind every night is whirling with, can we offer these warranties on these kind of products too? And I said, if you can come up with a premium, we'll create it for the sign companies. So before we stray too far, what happens when your captive builds its reserves? You may wonder, what will you do with all those warranty premiums inside your captive? Do you want to know what CFO Magazine says that other companies do? Companies, the title of this magazine article was Companies Grabbing Cash from Captives. As a matter of fact, for us, the most interesting and important point was manufacturers invest 78% of their cash as intercompany loans back to the parent manufacturer. These are secured loans. They finance your sign company's growth. They give you additional tax-deductible ways to expand your business with more trucks, more equipment, and more space. I want to see Mike's reaction here. Look, bottom right. That's his new space. Thanks for the picture, Mike. Exactly. Loans from this captive, from your captive, can also be used to fund operations. And they can be used to make raw material purchases. That's why CPAs know there are tax advantages to using captives to grow your business. That's why insurance supervisors call captives profit centers for manufacturers. And that's why these insurance supervisors, I just said that. That's why I'm glad that you came here to learn about a profit center inspired by Warren Buffett. And that's why I'm motivated to help your sign businesses grow. And if you have any questions, I'm here till 5. Ask away, you're all interested. I know it's more than just resting your feet. Don't be shy. This is a powerful and affordable. As I said, any size company, we can do this. What's that? Do you need to in order to start this? Well, I'll say the question was, do I already have an idea of what premiums should be and what the reserves should be? The answer, I have a perfect insurance salesman's answer. It depends on what you're looking for. In this specific program, this is your insurance company. When you talk to me and say, I'm doing LED channels and this is the elevation, and this is where it's going to be, I'm going to understand what the sign is. So when Alan sits down with you and says, what are your costs, because this is based on costs so that it's profitable for you, I can tell you generally in extended warranty premiums, generally extended warranties are whatever the customer will feel comfortable paying you, you can charge them. To figure out the premium for these things, it is generally 8 to 17% per year. If a third-party insurance company provides all the warranty administration in it. If you do all of it, that's an option, some of the national sign companies, that's what they're more interested in. They want to be able to offer this and then get a piece of the premium, but have no risk bearing, because it's not what they want to do, but down the road it will happen. However, for you, when I say the policy language, this determines a lot. Remember, my appliance dealer wants $100 to come out and unclog the filter. I spent $400 for a 5-year warranty, and every time my wife calls him, there's $100 to APSCO. I could have called the service department for $79, but it's warranted. Anything else that he might find, he just puts in because we got the extended warranty. So our refrigerator is just like new. On your signs, we will know what goes into each sign and what's likely to have failure and need to be warranted. And do you want to warrant taking that bird out of McDonald's signs? If you want to cover that, Alan will say, well, that should be $18 a year. And we'll cover bird removal so that you don't have to call Cox Electric. You'll be the little guy, and I'm not saying little, I'm just saying Cox Electric, when I was in the business, they did McDonald's everywhere in the country. At least that's what local people told me, so I wouldn't bother them anymore. But they wouldn't do certain things, so you can warrant this type of thing, because all of us have seen signs that have bubbles or puckering. You can cover that. You can go with your X-Acto, your sign, your tech, your service guy can go with the X-Acto and cut out the bottom and put down other vinyl. And if it's $100 that you're going to charge because it's a vinyl sign, when I was in the business, I had a $600 vinyl job that we warranted for $150 for 4 years. And he said, anytime it starts peeling off or fading, we'll come back. We didn't get a call. That guy was willing to pay $25 a year for that. And we charged him, I think it was $85, because it was just not our bucket truck. It was just the guy going over with the technician going over. It was $75. Well, it was perfect. And the guy paid $150 plus the $75, but it never happened. It was just peace of mind. So we actually, when I use the word customized, I'm not kidding. Depending on what you want to cover is what will be warranted with, then will determine what the likelihood as we collect information. Because I can tell you from being in manufacturing and working with manufacturers, the way one company manufactures, they actually have failure rates that are different than others. That's why the big companies like benchmarking, because they want to make sure that they're better than the industry. But there's different rates applying the same LEDs. You may have different failure rates than somebody else because your guys clean the surface slightly differently, or you paint with different paint, or something is slightly different. So this is completely based on your experience with your company. So the answer is, we're going to price this so it's profitable for you, but it's based on your